Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
Alright, this is the one that you guys said you wanted to see. F-16 versus F-22. So that's what we're going to do here today, F-22, F-16. And as you guys know, the F-16 flight model has received some changes, so that's the reason why everybody wants to see this fight. They want to see what, you know, a better performing, more realistic performing F-16 can do against the F-22. Into the merge here, and he's going to take us one circle, so we're going to have to deal with this. And then we do want to flip this and, you know, get into a two circle. Okay, those rounds are short. Obviously he beat me in the one circle, that's to be expected. But the F-22 is the one aircraft out there that can really do it all. You know, most aircraft favor one circle, two circle. The F-22 is going to be problematic. I think it's beatable, if I'm being honest. It can be beat. I need a little bit of luck, maybe a minor mistake here and there from him, and it can be done. Especially now with the Viper. The Viper can now capitalize on mistakes. I'm a little bit slow here. You can see the acceleration on the Viper really helps it speed up. It's a little bit more forgiving. If you accidentally bleed too much of your speed, you can get it back a lot quicker. Unfortunately, that is not really true against the F-22. The F-22 is going to capitalize on any mistakes you make. So me getting a little slow there is problematic. You can see he's doing fairly even in the raid fight against me. But I'm going to really start cashing it in now. Let's see if I can pull him into the HUD. Just gonna cash it all in. Let's pull him in. He's gonna tighten down that turn. Oh, it was so close. And now he's gonna reverse this into a one circle. I kind of took the bait on this one. Maybe I can get a shot. Oh my god, I hit him. Oh my god, I hit him. Is he okay? He seems fine. But now I'm in a one circle roller with an F-22, which is definitely not a good place to be. No, not like this. No. Ah. Oh, I almost had him, man. I almost had him. That was it. That was almost it. Just cannot end up in the one circle against the F-22. So the ability to get a shot on the F-22 last time, which unluckily didn't kill him, that's also due to the increased pitch rate that, you know, has been given to the F-16. That nose authority is actually somewhat problematic now for anybody fighting a Viper. So it's definitely something to pay attention to. If a Viper is trying to pull you in, chances are he's going to be able to do it. This time we got him in a two circle. And here's the other main problem. A lot of people are used to fighting the Viper in the old model. They have a bunch of negative training. They don't realize what the Viper's true capabilities are now, and I think that will be somewhat problematic for the F-22 here. Is just, you know, relearning and, you know, seeing what the F-16 is now capable of, what you can get away with against the F-16 and what you can't. Look at that, he's trying to point that nose. He's got to climb over it every time. I'm just trying to drag it down to the deck and just rate fight him on the deck. That's the goal here. I just need to survive long enough to pull the fight down to the deck, and there I may stand a chance. It's possible, especially if he mismanages his energy on the deck in the rate fight. That could, you know, it could really pan out that way. I'm not going to pull him into the HUD here. I need a little bit more energy before I start pulling an F-22 into my HUD. And you guys saw what happened last time. When you do that, if you don't have enough energy to pull him into the HUD, he tightens down, he stays out of your HUD, and then he reverses into one circle and he can kill you. Alright, from 430 knots, I'm going to start yanking him into the HUD now. Look at him, desperation, he's going to try to reverse. It doesn't matter if you're an F-22, you cannot reverse like this. Splash 1 F-22. Yeah, that's just a mistake. That's just a BFM mistake. You only reverse the turn if you're certain the bandit will overshoot. If he doesn't overshoot, you're going to get killed like that. The Viper is, it's a different animal. You know, it's a different thing these days. And like I said, a lot of people are going to have to relearn how to fight with the Viper and how to fight against the Viper. You know, people, they're a little bit late on their Titan downs against the Viper because they're not used to its nose being able to really come around like that into the merge here. And if he goes vertical, you got to go vertical with him. It's just the facts there. And then from here you can try to influence a 2-circle or a 1-circle or whatever you want. Now the F-22, again, very capable in the 2-circle against just about anything, but the 1-circle is really where the F-22 is going to shine. I am trying to get him into a bit of a vertical fight, which doesn't feel like a great idea, to be honest. And again, remember, the Viper doesn't like to be slow, so I'm 170 knots now. It's not good. I really like to keep the speed above 350. That's, you know, ideal on the low end of the speed, 350. Alright, remember the goal also, just survive long enough to get him down to the deck. Pretty slow here, but just trying to make sure he can't point that F-22 nose at me, which he tried it there, I feel like. He's trying. He's just trying to get close enough so that he can yank me in, and I am desperate. Taking rounds. Yeah, see, okay, great. That's the classic F-22 that everybody knows and loves. I'm trying to be as evasive as possible here. Go! Gotta get him down to the deck fast. You know, you can't, I don't know, you just can't hang up there with an F-22. That thing will kill you. Good kill. Good kill. Really nice to see ED, you know, make these changes to the Viper. This thing is much more potent now. They gave the Viper its fangs, essentially. Where even things like an F-22 will struggle against the Viper if, you know, they make mistakes and, you know, pending a lot of factors. The F-22 used to annihilate the F-16 no matter what you did. but it's a little bit different now. So, you know, you realize that the new Viper is able to punish people for mistakes. The old Viper could not do that, and it was punished very harshly for its own mistakes. Again, very minor changes which have made a massive difference in the flight model of the Viper, and very, very positive changes. Again, the downward spiral to drag the F-22 to the deck, and this is like desperation here. I am slow, yes. Look at him trying to point his nose. Look at that. Oh, just denied that. And we got a deck transition to go in here. You saw him try to point his nose there. And so we just ease off the G's. You see the speed build right back up in the Viper. And he's across the circle now. We got an F-22 across the circle in a rate fight. And I'm a little too fast at about 500 knots. These rounds. Again, you gotta watch the afterburner of the F-16. Above 450 knots, you're gonna have to pull that burner because she will get away from you. Look at him. He's trying to get me to come out of this two-circle regime. And I'm just pulling hard because I'm trying to get out of his HUD. Because, you know, that thing's nose authority. It just points its nose wherever it wants. And so we got him back in the two-circle. Once again, building up that speed. 380 knots. 370. Across the circle. He does seem like he's a little bit slow. Gotta pull him in the HUD here. 370 knots. I might go for it. Let's go for it. 390. Yeah, let's pull him in. We can do it. We can do it. Ah, see that F-22 knows, man. He can get out of it. And he's trying his one-circle turn reversal again. He's trying to drag me into this one circle that he killed me with last time. Oh boy, I gotta ditch out. We gotta go. I gotta get out of here. And see you later. Just gotta ditch out of that and go for the two-circle. Let that speed build. It's not good. You know, you couldn't do this in a Fox 2 fight. No way. Guns only. You might get away with it. There's some shots coming in. Those are going short. That's good. He's upset. Oh, a little bit of lag there. And look at us. We're fast again. I'm going to start pulling that burner. Let that speed come down. And that F-22 is happy to just sit in my circle. He's just trying to make me do something stupid by taking shots. Most of those were going short anyway, but you know, you can't really underestimate the F-22 and its nose. It's very similar to fighting a Hornet in a lot of ways. A thrust vectoring Hornet. Oh, look at that. Those rounds came in close. He's actually got an offset two-circle set up here, which is pretty nice. And you see him constantly trying to lure me into leaving the two-circle fight. And I kind of don't mind the nose authority of the F-16. I might do a little bit, like right here. Look at this. This looks good. Oh, yes. Ooh. Just managed to clip his wing there. Oof. Worked hard for that. You see the nose authority of the F-16 will surprise some people now. That was impossible in the past. Impossible. Splash 1 F-22.
Pull up.